I believe that having creativity as a person can be either a blessing or a curse. And in today's video, I'm just going to show you my experiences on being creative and at the same time having procrastination as a struggle in my own journey. So about a year ago, or even a few months ago, I made these like long form videos where I was deep diving into a topic. And you can actually watch these videos. I'm going to link them in the playlist below in the description. So when making these videos, they're actually quite long, and looking back, I'm actually quite proud of myself for making those videos because one, they're highly educational, beneficial, and you get some deep knowledge. Number two, the amount of effort that takes, the amount of research, the amount of scripting that takes is honestly, it can overload your brain. But I'm a one-person gang. I made it all by myself, so I'm actually quite proud of that. But there's a certain part of me that looks back at it and just wonders that could have been made much faster. And I've actually procrastinated a lot in the past when making these long videos, or even the other videos that you see on my channel. And I think one of the reasons why we tend to procrastinate as people is because we tend to look at things from an objective, like a perfectionist mindset. And what happens is when we view things through that lens, when we want to make every single bit of our video perfect, we don't even try to make the actual thing. So what I used to do was I used to get the idea of making the video, I would write it down somewhere, and for the next week I would just imagine how it would look. I would just imagine, okay, this is how it would go. This is section 1, section 2, section 3. I would basically brainstorm in my own head on how the video would look. And what would happen is I would look at things, I would try to make everything perfect. I would be like, yo, this is not working, what's going on? And bear in mind, this is all in my head. I'm not even talking about it to someone, I'm just in my head. And when I'm thinking about these things, I would constantly procrastinate and not actually go on to do the actual task. And it would take me about a week and a half or 2 weeks to actually go on my computer and actually start writing some script, start researching about the video, and really deep dive into what I'm going to be speaking about. So I think a lot of the problems which I've faced in my own life when it comes to procrastination and being creative is that I felt very hesitant to make that first initial step, because that first initial step felt like if I'm jumping into something and if I'm not good at it, or if I'm not perfect in doing the things, I would basically be a disappointment to myself. But when I took that first step, what happened was everything else started flowing, and not in an instant. I started taking the first step and then I didn't know what was happening. Second step, third step, fourth step, fifth step, and I just kept taking on more steps. When you keep taking on these steps, the untangible becomes the tangible, because you can actually see the work that you put in. And by that work, you can look at it and you can decide what went wrong, what went right, what you want to do, what you don't want to do, or what you want to avoid doing. And essentially, you get this blueprint in your mind of what you want it to be like. And then you can actually make something tangible. So essentially, from my experience, the reason why we feel procrastination is because we feel that other people will judge what we put out. We feel we will judge what we put out, because it's not even about other people. Most of the stuff that you worry about, it's not even what other people think about it, it's what you think about it. You think about what this guy would think about you. You think about what your mom or your dad will think about you. You think about what your siblings or your cousins will think about you. It's not even what you think about it. So why not focus on what you think about what you're doing? Because I always imagine in, I don't know how many years, I'm on my deathbed, for example, and I'm looking back at my life and I'm like, what did I want to achieve, and did I actually do it? Do I want to be in that deathbed in this regretful state? Oh, I wanted to make this video and I didn't because I would think this person would judge me and stuff. And I think to that situation, I'm like, that would be a very bad, shameful situation to be in. I don't want to be there. So I might as well do the steps to make my future deathbed self proud. Now, another part of it, and it's very interesting, is you actually like being where you are. That is the reason why you procrastinate so much. And I know this doesn't make any sense. You're like, I don't like where I am, but I'm still procrastinating. Really deep dive into that thought. What is it in my current life that is making me stay here, that I don't want to take that next step into doing something difficult, into doing something unknown, in the unknown territory? Ask yourself that and really think about it, or write about it. why do I want to stay here? What are the things that make me want to stay here? It's very interesting to ask yourself these questions because there's parts of you, I'm not saying you want to stay here, there's parts of you or a part of you which really likes being in that safety comfort net of not going and doing things that you want to do. But essentially what happens is when you stay in that same position, there's a part of you that craves to be out there, to be doing the things that you see other people doing. So I'm not saying go and fully jump into it. Try taking those steps towards what you want to do. If you're procrastinating, it's very easy to keep on procrastinating, but try taking that first little mini step. Try putting the untangible, what's in your mind, into the tangible. Put the thing which is in your mind into reality, even if it's like 1%, 2% of what you want, and start seeing things that way. Because if you keep things in your mind, there's going to be a lot of puzzling things about it. When you put that into reality, you can actually see it, you can actually look at it, you can actually improve on it. So I just wanted to make this simple video where you were able to unprocrastinate from the procrastination that you're feeling as a creative person. That was a very weird sentence, but hope this video helped you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.